Once a week, we like to eat fish for dinner, whether it's salmon or cod. I don't like anything too fishy, so those are the two that I usually pick. And I usually make salmon the exact same way every single time. I usually do like an Asian style, so tonight I'm gonna try something different. I also have to use these little potatoes before they go bad, so I need to like whip something up. I already have my pot of boiling salted water, and I'm gonna add these potatoes to the pot and then let them cook for like 15-20 minutes until they're soft. While the potatoes are boiling, I'm gonna make my sauce. So my plan is to make like a honey mustard type sauce, but I don't actually have honey mustard, but we're gonna try to make it. I'm not even sure this constitutes as honey mustard, but like whatever. So I'm gonna use Dijon mustard. I don't even have any measurements for this. I'm just gonna squirt it in there, and of course the lid's still on there. A few weeks ago we went out to dinner and I got salmon, and it was honey mustard salmon, and it was to die for. So I'm gonna try to recreate it. Add a squirt of honey. This honey is like super crystallized. I don't know if that means it went bad or what. It's finally worked its way down to the bottom, so we're just gonna squirt a little bit in this little bowl right here. I don't have any regular paprika, but I do have smoked paprika, so that's what we're gonna use. We're just gonna add a little bit on there. I think salmon and dill goes really nice together, so we're gonna add just a little bit of dill. I don't want it to be like super overpowering dill. Mix her up and see what she tastes like. I feel like I could use a little bit more honey if I can get any more out of the stand bottle. Good. So I've already washed my salmon and then patted it dry with a paper towel. I'm gonna squeeze some lemon juice over top of it, and then I'm gonna coat both sides of the salmon with my honey mustard sauce. You know what, I lied. I'm gonna add it to the air fryer basket before I add the sauce. That way the sauce doesn't drip off of it. Piece of foil to the bottom of my air fryer basket. That way the sauce doesn't drip off of it. And I'm just gonna coat the salmon in the honey mustard sauce. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do one side of this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm also gonna add some salt and pepper to the top. I preheated air fryer at 400 degrees. I'm gonna add the salmon for 12 minutes. Those are fork tender. I'm gonna drain the water and then give them a good wash. Even though they're pre-washed, I always just wash them again. Do not worry, I wash my cutting board thoroughly. After the potatoes are done cooking, I was gonna give them time to cool off, but like, we have to hurry up here. I don't like any meal that takes over 30 minutes to cook. I'm just gonna chop my potatoes in half, and then I'm gonna add it back to this pot that I boiled them in, and then season them and get them ready for the air fryer once the salmon comes out. I lied, I was gonna use the same pot that I boiled them in just to save work on dishes, but I realized I have to make a vegetable, so I'm gonna boil green beans in that pot. Add olive oil to the potatoes, and then I'm gonna use paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder, and salt and pepper. Our salmon is done. She looks absolutely beautiful. She smells really good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this whole piece of foil and set it on this plate and let the salmon rest for 5 minutes. I'm a firm believer of letting any kind of meat rest for 5 minutes before you eat it. It just makes all the juices soak in, and it's a lot better. We let the salmon rest. I'm gonna add the potatoes and let them cook for 5 minutes at 425. I'm also gonna steam green beans. It only takes 5 minutes to steam green beans, so I'll steam at the same time as the potatoes are cooking. Potatoes are done. They're just like roasted potatoes with seasoning on them. They're really freaking good. I'm gonna add the potatoes to the bowl, green beans, and a piece of our beautiful, beautiful salmon. And I'm gonna add a little piece of optional lemon on top in case you wanna add it, and it looks absolutely delicious. Give her a little taste test for my husband to taste it, just in case it sucks. I can tell him it sucks, because I've never made this before. They're actually really good. Potatoes are gonna be so hot. I can't do it. These things are hot, but I know that they're really good.